What if the thing you're grieving right now is actually protecting you? Hold on to that question, because this story might change the way you see every closed door, every broken plan, and every loss you've ever carried. Long ago, in a quiet kingdom surrounded by silver rivers and ancient forests, there lived a king named Aldric. He was not famous for his armies, not admired for his gold. He was known for something rarer, his wisdom and his calm. Among all his possessions, there was one thing he treasured most: a worn leather shield, cracked and weathered with time. It had belonged to his grandfather. Carved into it were 5 simple words: perhaps good, perhaps not. Every morning, he placed his hand on it, reminding himself that no moment in life is final. But one morning, the shield was gone, vanished. The ministers rushed in, terrified. "Your Majesty, this is a terrible omen. That shield has protected this kingdom for generations." The king looked at the empty wall and calmly said, "Perhaps good, perhaps not. Only time will tell." Days later, devastating news arrived. Raiders had burned 3 villages at the eastern border. Crops turned to ash. Families wept among the ruins. Without hesitation, the king rode out himself, bringing soldiers, food, medicine, and gold. He sat with the suffering people. He listened. He stayed. On the journey back, tragedy struck. His horse stumbled on a crumbling bridge. The king was thrown to the ground. His left shoulder shattered. The royal physician spoke softly. He would never wield a weapon again. The kingdom mourned. First the shield and now your arm. But through the pain, the king whispered, "Perhaps good, perhaps not." Weeks later, restless and needing air, the king rode deep into the forest with a few guards. But mountain bandits ambushed them. The guards scattered. The king was captured. The bandits searched him. No shield, no weapon. His arm hung useless in a sling. He looked like nothing more than a tired wanderer. The bandit leader spat in disgust. "This man is nobody. Let him go." And just like that, the king walked free. Back at the palace, relief filled the halls. But the king stood quietly under the open sky, and something shifted inside him. If the shield had been with me, they would have recognized me as king. If my shoulder had not been broken, I would have fought and died. Everything I lost was quietly saving me. Now listen carefully. That job you didn't get, that relationship that ended, that plan that fell apart. Maybe, just maybe, life was clearing the path for something you cannot yet see. We live life forward, but we understand it backward. Loss is not always punishment. Sometimes it is protection. Pain is not always the end. Sometimes it is preparation. The doors that close in your face might be standing between you and a disaster you'll never even know about. King Aldric returned to the empty wall, but he did not replace the shield. He left it bare, a reminder that sometimes what's missing is meant to be missing. So when things go wrong, pause, breathe, and remember, perhaps good, perhaps not. You may not understand it today, but one day, it will all make sense. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs it. And drop a yes in the comments if you're learning to trust the process. Subscribe for more stories that inspire, heal, and remind you of your strength.